Hey there, this is Red, and it's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, so I just got through with Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Was able to take Sandman down. So now I think I can do another playthrough. This time we're going to do it with Ghost Spider. So right here I've got Gwen Stacy. So taking a look at her. Now I haven't gone through her deck or anything. I know it's protection because I saw that when I shuffled it up, but as to what the cards do, I don't really know. So this should be interesting. We can say that. All right. So we got Gwen Stacy here. She's got 3 recovery. We have action. Choose to either shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse from your discard pile into your deck or Ready George Stacy. So I'm going to assume those are awesome because if that's the only ability she's got, those must be great cards. All right, we've got a hand size of 6, and we're back in double-digit hit points with 10 hit points. All right, Ghost Spider side, we've got 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. So not much on the thwart side there. She's got Web Warrior and Dizzying Reflexes. Response after resolve an interrupt or responsibility on an event. Ready Ghost Spider. Limit once per phase. All right, so she's kind of got a limited go again type thing going on. All right, let's see here. Let's get her into place. We've got Sandman out there. Oops, Sandman needs some hit points. He needs 16 hit points. So let's get those out there real fast. 10, 5, 1. 10, 5, and 1. Let's see there. Then we've got our hapless pedestrians out there. So that starts with 2 on it. And can go up 1 per turn. We go out at 9 in the city streets. Starts with 4 counters on it, right? Yep, place 4 sand counters on it. Okay. So I think we're set to go. We got our little side deck over here. Hopefully we don't pull the nemesis in there. What is the nemesis? It looks like the lizard is our nemesis. So hopefully we don't see him again, but I'm going to take him and put him up here in the corner. Get him out of the way. All right. We have a hand size of 6, so let's see what we come up with. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm hoping I did some pretty good shuffling here. We don't see a lot of the same card. Oh, and we're not. We're seeing all sorts of cool new things. All right, every card looks like a new card, one that I haven't seen before. So this one looks like Ticket to the Multiverse. So it says action. So it's an upgrade. So it's going to go out there and stay out there. Remove Ticket to the Multiverse from the game. Discard your hand. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Draw up to your hand size. Ready each Ghost Spider you control. Holy cow, that's a nice card. And look at that. It's got 2 resources. All right. I don't know that it's a great, doesn't seem like a great early game card. Looks like a great late game card. And if I spend it for resources, I can go dig it back out and shuffle it into my deck. So I like that idea. All right, so what we have here is what doesn't kill me. It's an event. I'm gonna have to pay with it for at least 1 physical. Hero action, deal 2 damage from your hero, ready, or heal 2 damage, blah. Heal 2 damage from your hero, ready your hero, okay? We have Pirouette and Punch, which says when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on the card. Cancel the card's when revealed effect. All right. I like that. So we get to stop our encounter stuff from going on. So what's this? This is Plan B. Exhaust Plan B, hero action, exhaust Plan B, and discard 1 random card from your hand. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Ooh, it's kind of like a little pinger card there. And we can only have 1 under our control, so it's pretty cheap. And it looks like a way to clear cards out of your hand. All right, then we've got a Phantom Flip hero response. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. Okay, not bad. And then we have Web Binding, which is requirement. It's going to take a mental. It says when an enemy would activate, cancel the activation. If the minion's activation was canceled this way, deal 4 damage to that minion. All right, so it hurts the minion when they do it, but we just cancel a standard enemy. All right, so that's a good way to keep from getting beat up by Sandman. All right, so then the big question is going to be, what do I keep and what goes away? Well, we're playing protection, so that means that there's going to be a lot of kind of sitting back and waiting for stuff to happen. I'm wondering if I should get my plan B out there early. That's what I'm thinking. All right, I think we're going to stick with what we've got, because I don't know that I've necessarily got anything better in there. I can use my ticket to ride to play one of these other cool things, so I think we'll hold on to that. All right, so we're going to flip on over. We're going to go to Ghost Spider. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to use our What Doesn't Kill Me to put Plan B into play. All right, at that point in time, we go ahead and attack, because I kind of want to hold on to my web binding to cancel the villain's attack. So I don't know that I want to use my plan B right now. I'm going to discard a random card, and I kind of like the cards that I have in my hand. And that may be a problem with plan B in a protection deck, is you kind of like to hold on to things and see how the round goes. All right. And neither of these are really attacky cards, so I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, maybe I should get rid of some of that sand that's out there. We'll go ahead and exhaust and take 2 sand counters off. Sandman tends to do bad things there. And at that point, I think we're going to be done. So we're going to draw back up to 5 cards. 5 cards. Oh, we've got an energy. All right. And it's going to go over to the villain's turn. So on the villain's turn, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Sandman would look to attack. Let's see here. I think we're going to go ahead and use our web binding. So we can use our ticket to the multiverse to generate wild. So that's going to satisfy our need for a mental. And then when an enemy would activate, cancel the activation. If a minion's activation was canceled, deal 4 damage to the enemy. But we're canceling Sandman. All right, so at that point in time, we're going to draw an event card. Let's see here. So I'm going to reveal a card from the encounter deck, and we get, boom, Dirt Trap. Okay, I think this is going to be the perfect time to use the other thing. So that's a side scheme. When defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability of City Streets. Resolve it again. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use our energy and our Pirouette Punch. So that says, when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on the card. Cancel the card's when revealed effect. Well, it doesn't have a when revealed effect, but we're going to deal damage equal to the number of icons on the card plus 1. So we're going to do 4 damage to Sandman. He's going to go from 16 down to 12. And this is going to come into play. It's got 1 thread on it. And then we're going to get 2 city street kickoffs when I defeat this, which is a bit of a problem, but that's all right. All right, so it's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero turn. Now, the problem is we've only got 1 card at this point in time. All right, so how do we handle this? Oop, I'll put 1 thread on there. All right, I could thwart that out of here. Then we're going to get 4 sands coming off of there. I could hold on to my Phantom Flip. I think we're going to use our Plan B, which says exhaust Plan B, discard 1 random card from my hand, deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we're going to knock Sandman down a little bit. And I do think we're going to kick off Ghost Spider. We're going to have her thwart. I'm trying to remember, after I resolve an interrupt or a responsibility, and that's just a hero action. Okay, so when I do that, I get to thwart one off of the dirt trap, so the dirt trap's going to go away. Dirt trap says, when defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability to the city streets, resolve it again, so we're going to Surging Sands twice. All right, so city streets, take a double check at our Surging Sands. It says, place one sand counter here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters. All right, so we're going to place one sand counter there. Then we're going to discard from the top. So we're going to discard 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, then we resolve it again. So we're going to flip that. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I don't like that. But that's all I can do this round. So we're going to be done. Draw back up to 5 cards. I think we'll stay Ghost Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we have another plan B. That's not going to do me any good. We have a Return the Favor. So Return the Favor says, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a Treachery. Reveal that Treachery. Deal 5 damage to the villain. Okay. We've got Silk. Silk says, after you play Silk from your hand, if you control another Web Warrior card, search the encounter deck for a Treachery and discard it. Ooh, I like that. And being that I'm a Web Warrior, that's pretty easy to satisfy. And we've got Spider-Man. Spider-Man, this is Hobie Brown Spider-Man. So if you play only if you control a Web Warrior card, interrupt. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. Wow, that's kind of cool. All right. So that's the end of my turn. We're going over to the villain's turn. So my problem with Sandman here is Sandman says, when Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage. For it, he takes any amount of damage from the attack, resolve the Surging Sand. So he's attacking for 2, and my defense is 3. We're hoping that I can defend against that. We shall see. All right, villain's turn. First thing, 1 threat on the main scheme. Sandman's going to come to attack Ghost Spider, and I think I need to defend against that. So he's attacking for 2. He's going to get a boost. I'm hoping he boosts 0 or 1. And he does. He boosts a big old 0. So I like that. All right. So no damage. No Surging Sands. We're all good. Next up, we draw a counter card. Counter card is Threat or Menace. When revealed, you may change form. If you are in hero form, place 2 threat on the main scheme. If you are in alter ego form, you cannot change form during your next turn. Well, that's interesting, because my problem is these require me. Well, Silk doesn't require me to have a Web Warrior. I can only play with Hobie Brown if I control a Web Warrior. So let's see here. So Silk says, if I control another Web Warrior, I get to discard a Treachery card. Hobie Brown says I can only play him if I have a Web Warrior. And the problem is, if I flip over to Gwen Stacy, she's a civilian, not a Web Warrior. Oh, so do I take the 2 threat on the main scheme, or do I go alter ego? And I have to stay alter ego, which means that Sandman's going to scheme the next round, which I don't like. What I could do is I could get Silk out there on my next round, which I kind of like. I think we'll go ahead and do that. So we will go to alter ego mode. I cannot change over next round. All right, so that's the end of the round. We're back to our hero phase. So hero phase, top of the round. Now I can't switch over to Ghost Spider this round. So that means I can only really play Silk this round. So I think we're going to use Plan B and return the favor and bring Silk into play. All right, now Silk doesn't do anything special. She would have been nice, so we could have gotten rid of something good out of there. Didn't happen this time. We'll exhaust Silk. And what do we want to do? Do we want to thwart or do we want to attack? Or I could exhaust her. Let's exhaust her and we'll take one off of the city streets. Oh, no, that's a hero action. I can't do that. Oh, so we'll exhaust her and we'll take one off the threat there. Knock it down just a little bit. All right, when she does that, she's going to take a consequential damage. So she's down to 1. All right, end of my turn. Now draw back up to my hand size of 6. Unexhaust my stuff. Unexhaust. Unexhaust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, what do we got? We got some good stuff here. We've got web bracelets. What are web bracelets? After you resolve an interrupt or responsibility on an event, exhaust web bracelets, draw 1 card. All right. Then we've got Spider UK. What's Spider UK do here? It says, when Spider UK defends against attack, deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of web warrior cards you control. Ooh, that's pretty nice. And then we have Bait and Switch, which says the villain attacks you, remove 4 threat from the main scheme. All right. We're going over to the villain's turn. So we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Sandman is going to scheme. So he's going to scheme for 1. He's going to get a boost of 1. So we're going to scheme for 2. All right. We're up to... It's getting a little bit scary there. We're up to 6 out of 9. Don't like that. Draw and counter card. We get Assault. When revealed alter ego, this card gains Surge. All right, see, I got the little Sandman cards for our standard ones. They're really nice. Very happy with that. Sign Hacker does a great job on those. All right, so we're surging into another card. We have Now or Never. Peril. While resolving this card, other players cannot help you. Okay, not a big deal in solo. When revealed, place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme, exhaust a character you control, and spend 1 resource of any type. All right, so is it... I don't want to put an acceleration token on the main scheme. I don't like that idea. So I think we're going to exhaust a character I control and spend 1 resource of any type. Ooh, let's exhaust Silk. We'll exhaust Silk. 1 resource of any type. We'll get rid of Plan B here. All right, so that's the end of the villain's turn. We're back over to the hero turn. So I can shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse from my discard pile back into my deck. Dun-dun. Guess I could have done that last round. And then I'm going to flip on over to Ghost Spider. All right, I really want to get Spider-Man Hobie Brown into play. I think UK would be really nice. Also, we need to spend 3 to get Spider-Man UK out there. So that leaves me with what do I want to hold on to? Let's see here. After you resolve an interrupt response, exhaust web bracelets, draw a card. Problem is I need an interrupt or response. I don't have anything. So Spider UK has an interrupt. It has to happen when he defends, though. There's an interrupt on Spider-Man Hobie Brown when he leaves play. Well, that has to be on an event. And this has to be on an event. All right, so what am I going to hold on to? I think we will hold on to Spider-Man UK. So we're going to spend 1, 2, 3. Bring Spider-Man Hobie Brown into play there. All right. I think we need to take some threat away. So we're going to do 2. We're going to thwart. We're going to take 2 off of hapless pedestrians. I think we're going to exhaust to take 2 off of city streets here. Knock that one back down a little bit. And we'll hold on to Spider-Man UK. All right, so we're going to be done. We're going to unexhaust all of our stuff. Oh, and I thwarted. He took 2 when he did a thwart. Ouch. All right, we're going to draw back up to 5. So Spider UK, 2, 3, back up to 5. All right, so we've got a Ghost Kick. Ghost Kick is hero response. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. Wow, that's pretty cool. I like that one. It only costs 2. That's nice. All right, so then we've got Spider-Man, which is after you play Spider-Man from your hand, stun and confuse an enemy if you control at least 3 Web Warrior cards. Oh, I do. That would be a great one to get out there. Oh, it's like I got all the great cards right now. So then I've got George Stacy finally. Events attached to George Stacy may be played as if they were in your hand. Action: exhaust George Stacy. Attach 1 event from your hand face down here to a maximum of 3. Oh man, he is awfully nice. And then a bait and switch again. All right, that's the end of my turn. We're going over to the villain's turn. So first thing for the villain, we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Second thing is the villain's going to come to attack Ghost Spider. Do I take this damage or do I defend against it? I think I defend against the damage. I would kind of like to use my Ghost Kick here. Problem is Sandman stuff does indirect damage. So I would spread it around. And if I take any damage, then I do the Surging Sands. So I think we're going to defend against it. We defend for 3. He's attacking for 2. He gets a boost of, 3. Ouch. Okay. So that means he's attacking for 5. I defend for 2. That means 2 damage is going to come out. All right. So where do I place that 2 damage? I'm going to place 1 on... No, I think I'm going to take both of them. When I do that, the Surging Sands is going to kick off. All right. If your identity takes any amount of damage from the attack, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. Okay, so Surging Sands says, place 1 sand counter here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters here. All right, so we have 1 more sand counter. We're going to discard 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, so Sandman's done attacking. We're going to draw our encounter card. Encounter card is Caught Off Guard, a Treachery. So when revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded in this way, this card gains Surge. All right, I guess that's going to be my plan B is going away. So I'm going to have to go with plan A now. There is no plan B. All right, end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Okay, I think I really want to get Spider-Man out there. I've got my 3 Web Warrior cards, so I do get to drop the Confuse on him. The other option would be, see, the Ghost Kick is a response, so that's only going to work. Yeah, see, that's not going to work for me. I would kind of like to hold on to George Stacy, but I think so. I could do George Stacy, but then I really couldn't do anything else. Yeah, let's get Spider-Man Miles Morales out there. All right, after you play, let's read here. So after you play Spider-Man from your hand, stun and confuse an enemy if you control at least 3 Web Warrior cards. So it would be after I play, so it would probably work if I just had 2 other cards out there, because he would be the 3rd one then. We're going to run with it that way, so he's going to get a stun and a confuse. Stunned and confused. All right. We get rid of some of these sand counters. Those have been really annoying me. So I'll exhaust Silk. Do I exhaust Silk or do I exhaust Spider-Man? Let's exhaust Silk. We'll get rid of one of those sand counters. We'll have little Spider-Man Miles Morales over here do an attack. So he's going to take 1 consequential, but we take 2 off of Sandman, so he's down to 8. 5, 2, 1. All right, Ghost Spider's already exhausted. So I go ahead and have Spider-Man Hobie Brown do his thing. So when he leaves play, discard the top 3 cards in the counter deck and deal damage for that. I think we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and exhaust him to thwart 2 off of the hapless pedestrians. When I do that, he's going to take 2 consequential damage. And then we do his text there. Interrupt. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3 cards in the counter deck. Deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded in this way. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I'm going to discard 3. And can you believe it? We have no boost icons on the 3 cards that I choose right there. Oh, how does that work out? Ugh. Okay. That's the end of my turn, and that was very disappointing. And I am going to go over to Gwen Stacy. And I'm going to get 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Got Jump Flip, Bait and Switch, Return the Favor, Ghost Kick, Phantom Flip, Web of Life and Destiny. All right, so we've got some different stuff that I haven't seen. We've got Jump Flip, which is a defense. When you take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage. If you paid for this using an energy resource, remove 2 threat from the main scheme. That could be pretty cool. We've got the Ghost Kick, which we saw. We have a Phantom Flip, which is the use a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. I could kind of use that right now. And what's this Web of Life and Destiny? Says, ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has the Web Warrior trait. All right. Response. After a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. All right. I like that. Okay. All right, we're over to the villain's turn. What's the villain going to do? We're going to put 1 threat on the main schemes. It's going to go up to 4. Sandman is going to see Gwen Stacy out there. So normally he would scheme, but he's confused. So that does not happen. I'm going to draw a counter card. Counter card says, when revealed, the villain schemes. Oh, so he's going to scheme anyway. All right. He schemes for 1. He gets a boost of 2. I'm going to scheme for 3. Man. See, how does that work? There were all of those no boost icon ones they did, and then suddenly they all come up. What a waste. All right, so we're at 7 of 9. That's not a good look. But that's the end of the villain's turn, and we're over to the hero's turn. Okay, so one of the things I can do is I can go find my ticket to the multiverse. I think it's still back in the deck, isn't it? Yep. I still haven't drawn it back out yet. Darn it. Now George Stacy's in my discard pile too, so that's not great. All right, we can flip on back over to Ghost Spider. So Web of Life and Destiny says, in order this card's resource cost, its identity has Web Warrior trait. So I can put it right in. All right. After Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws one card. All right. So we'll go ahead and put the Web of Life and Destiny into play. All right. So the next thing is, I think I'm going to need to do my Phantom flip here. So we're going to exhaust to attack for 2. Take Sandman down 2. Then I'm going to spend 2. Use our bait and switch and our return the favor to do our Phantom flip. So that says hero response after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. We're going to go do. All right, at that point in time, I triggered Ghost Spider's Dizzying Reflexes. So after resolve an interrupt or response, and that was a response, ready Ghost Spider. And I can only do that once per phase, but this is a really good time to have done that. Okay, so now I think we're going to exhaust Spider-Man to clean up the city streets. Or exhaust Spider-Man to attack again. I don't think so. All right. No, actually, yes. I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to have him attack. He can attack for 2. So we're going to knock Sandman down to 4. All right. We will exhaust Silk. Let's knock that down to 1. We will use Ghost Spider to attack again, knock him down to 2. All right, we're going to be done at that point. So we're going to unexhaust all of our stuffs. We're going to draw back up to 5 cards, keep our jump flip and our ghost kick. And we have another jump flip. All right, we have a web binding 2. Possibly cancel an activation. We use Spider-Man to attack, so he should be at 2. All right, I think we're good there. Villain's turn. So we're back over to the villain. We're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Normally, the villain would attack, but he's stunned, so his stun goes away instead. And then we're off to the encounter card. So encounter card says Sand form. Attached to Sandman. Forced interrupt. When you would deal any amount of damage to Sandman, discard sand form instead. Resolve the Surging Sands ability on the city streets. All right. So we're going to scoot this over a little bit. Give him a sand form. And that's the end of the villain's turn. We're back over to the hero's turn. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how to play this round. So the sand form's kind of annoying. It's going to fire off a city streets when I do that. I can attack him with Spider-Man. I think we'll go ahead and do that. So we will attack the Spider-Man here, and we'll do the... Oh, no, because that will go into the sand form. Oh! All right. How about we attack with Silk? we'll attack with Silk. Silk's going to get absorbed by the sand form. All right, so she would normally do 1 damage to Sandman. She doesn't do any damage. And I'm going to resolve my Surging Sands at that point in time, which says put a counter there. Discard that many cards, which is 2. 1, 2. All right, so my Web of Life and Destiny should go off, which says after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws 1 card. Should not be surprising. I'll choose myself and get yet another jump flip. All right. Which doesn't do me a ton of good right now. All right, how do we play this? So the problem is my web binding needs a mental. So maybe I can get that out next round. It's not going to do me any good this round. Let's go ahead and we will attack with Ghost Spider. We're going to do 2 damage to Sandman. That's going to kick out Sandman 1. Sandman 2 is going to come into play. Sandman 2 says, when revealed, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. Sandblast, Force Interrupt. When Sandman attacks, that attack deals indirect damage. If he takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve Surging Sands on city streets. All right. So we're going to bump this up to 3. Get rid of 3 cards. Oh, we're getting really low here. 1, 2, 3. And now he has 18 hit points. Then I need a 5. I got a 5 somewhere. Where's a 5? 5. 2. And a 1. All right. So we just used a basic power. So we're going to go ahead and use our Return the Favor and one of our jump flips to do a Ghost Kick. So that says, after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. All right, so 6, so we're going to take off a 5 and a 1 here. He's down to 12. And we will unexhaust, which I can do once per phase. And then do I clean up the city streets or do I hit Sandman again? I think I hit Sandman again. We'll hit Sandman again, knock him down to 10. All right. I will exhaust Spider-Man here to deal with the city streets. Move 2 sand counters. All right, end of my turn. Unexhaust, unexhaust. I'm going to draw back up to 5. 5. All right. And go over to the villain's turn. So villain's turn. So what I'm looking at right now is I've got these jump flips. I don't get to do the great threat removal. So when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 2. So I can prevent some damage to me, which is pretty cool. I like that. I also have the web binding here, but I need, I got a mental over there on my pirouette and punch. So I could cancel Sandman. Pirouette and Punch says Hero Interrupt when a card is revealed from the villain's encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number. So I kind of like that one. So I think we'll probably be doing our Pirouette and Punch. We'll do that after Ghost Spider here, I think, blocks the attack that comes in. All right, let's see how this plays out. So, going over to the villain's turn. 1 threat on the main scheme. Sandman's going to see Ghost Spider out here. He's going to come attack. We are going to defend against his attack. Means we're still going to take damage. I could possibly jump flip also. I think I probably will. Or I could hold on, and I do have a what doesn't kill me. Maybe I should hold on to that and attack twice next round. No, we'll go ahead and do it this way. All right, so what's going to happen? Ooh. So I'm going to do an acceleration token. We're going to take 3 indirect damage. Ouch. Okay. Anyway, we're going to defend against this. So he's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost of 2. That's not what I wanted. So he's going to be up to 5. I'm defending for 3. We'll go ahead and play a jump flip, which will block that damage, right? So when you take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage. So we're going to prevent the damage so we don't take any damage. So city streets should not go off, I believe. All right. Next up's going to be our encounter card. So encounter card is... boom, Common Criminal, which also has Surge. All right, so she's got 1 scheme, 1 attack, 0 scheme, 1 attack. But she surges into another card. Surge is Sandslide, which is a treachery. It has a when revealed, place when revealed, place 2 sand counters on city streets, then resolve its Surging Sands ability. If at least 1 Sandman card was discarded this way, you are stunned. All right, I don't like that, so we're going to go ahead and do our Pirouette and Punch. Downside to that is I can Pirouette and Punch, but there's no boost icons on there, right? So that's kind of annoying. But we're going to stop the when revealed effect. So that doesn't go off, though we've still got a Common Criminal out there. All right, so those are my cards. This is Sandman's card. And we've got a little criminal out there. And Sandman's done. We're over to the hero's turn. So hero's turn, what are we going to do here? We didn't get a whole lot done last turn. So what do we have here? We have, double check their alter ego action. Spend a physical resource, deal 3 damage to Common Criminal. If the minion is defeated this way, choose to either draw 1 card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme. I like that. It's an alter ego action. All right, so I don't think I want Miles Morales to go away quite yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to Gwen Stacy. I'm going to try an alter ego round, and I'm going to be done. I'm going to draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Ooh, what's Young Love do? So Young Love says team up, which, hey, I still have Miles Morales out there. Heal 3 damage from Gwen Stacy and Miles Morales. Ooh, I like that. That could be really handy pretty quick here. Oh, that would be nice too. So we've got a Ghost Spider kick. Let's see if we can make it through this villain turn, because it's looking kind of messy. All right, that's the end of our hero turn. We're over to the villain turn. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put 1 threat on the main scheme. It's up to 5 out of 9. All right, Sandman's gonna see Gwen Stacy over here. Since he sees her, he's gonna scheme. He's scheming for 1. He's gonna get a boost of 2, so he's gonna scheme for 3. Oh, we're at 8. 8 out of 9. All right, this is gonna get reshuffled. And we're gonna drop an acceleration token out there. All right, this says, after an acceleration token is placed on this scheme, deal 3 direct, indirect damage to the first player. So I'm just going to take all of that on Gwen Stacy here. 2, 1. All right. We've taken 5 out of 10. And then we're going to need to draw our encounter card. going to be a close one. We're like right on the edge here. Now, if we draw an advance, it's game over. We'll see what else is in there. All right, I think I've done enough shuffling. Time for the big reveal. All right, let's draw our encounter card. We're going to get, we get, boom, Rhino, steady. Rhino's attacks gain piercing and overkill. Ooh, he's another big brute. You're going to be right by the common criminal. They look kind of like they're doing a similar thing there. They're both running at us. I think I'm a little bit more scared of one than the other one at this point in time. But, yeah. All right. I think we're going to end and I'm not going to have to fight Rhino. So I'm pretty good with that. Thinking this may end like the last game where I got out, Rhino came out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks horrible. Because if you look at him, he's nasty, right? 3 attack, 8 health, steady. Yuck. Overkill, piercing. Ugh. I don't think I'm going to have to deal with him, though. I think we're going to get out of this without that. Because that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero turn. Okay. As an alter ego action, I can spend a physical, which I've got in places that I don't want to spend it. Actually, let's look at this card real fast. Across the Spider-Verse. Hero action, exhaust a web warrior card you control. Search your discard pile for a web warrior and put it into play. Then choose a player. That player may spend the 3 resources to repeat that ability. Okay, that's really neat, but I don't think I really care about that at this point in time specifically. Okay. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to flip on over to Ghost Spider. We're going to have Ghost Spider attack for 2 damage. So Rhino's down to 8, or Sandman's down to 8. Played Rhino so much, and Rhino just came out. I'm used to saying Rhino. All right, so he's down to 8. Next thing is we're going to do a ghost kick. So we're going to use our strength to play a ghost kick. And we're going to do, after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. So he's down to 2. And we get to ready Ghost Spider because we did a responsibility on an event. All right, so Sandman's looking. Why don't we do a little smooch action here first? So we're going to do some Young Love. Some Young Love. We'll do the little smooch action. Heal up Miles Morales. Heal up Ghost Spider. And then we'll go ahead and we'll finish off the Sandman. So there's our 2 damage. So smooch in the win. Perfect. All right. And we didn't have to fight Rhino out here yet again. So yes. Had this gone another round, it would have been pretty tricky. And it's kind of like the last game, we had so much threat on there. Had I not been able to take out Sandman, I had a little bit of buffer there too. I could have got Spider-Man in on the attack action. So worked out pretty well. But yeah, another round, I think I would have been hosed. We had the acceleration token. We had Rhino out there. I would have been in for some pain the next round. And my thwarting abilities aren't very good. So yeah, I don't think that would not have gone well. All right, but it's a victory. 2 victories in a row. That's really good for me. I'm happy with that. Not playing super overpowered decks. So what do I think about Ghost Spider? I don't know. I was not pleased with that play of Ghost Spider. So she did some neat things, but I didn't feel great about how that played. Now, generally, I'm not a big protection deck type player. I feel really weird holding cards and playing them like defensive. I'd really like to play them and then get them in my hand for my next round and be able to go after stuff. So that kind of holding on to cards and waiting for the villain to do stuff. And then having this Plan B card in there, I like this card a lot, actually. So the idea of exhausting it and a random card to deal 2 damage, I like that card, but I think it's pretty bad in this protection deck where in protection decks, you're kind of trying to hold on to the cards that you're going to play during your off turn. So getting rid of a random card is not a great idea. Usually on most other decks, or even like on the Hulk deck, where where you're going to toss your cards anyway, like that seems like a great card, but just a really weird fit in this protection deck. And I wonder why they put it in here, because it just seems really kind of out of place with everything else that's here. Maybe there's some special combo I don't know about. You guys can tell me in the comments about what that combo is, or maybe I'm looking at that right. I never got George Stacy into play, and I list him as a special card. So what's he do? That's the one where I can put events on him. So yeah, I can see where George Stacy would be really nice. All right. Is there anything else that I didn't come across? I didn't get to play Across the Spider-Verse. Not too freaked out about that. I am kind of sad about my Pirouette and Punch. Didn't get its boost icons. And then I could not believe that either. My Hobie Brown, like you're drawing 3 cards of the encounter deck and not one of them had a boost icon on it. What are the odds of that? That's horrible. Like, and there was things that I was drawing where I was getting like 3 boost icons. There's 1, 2 cards, 3 cards. 3 cards with 3 boost icons. There's a decent amount of ones in here with 1 or no boost icons on there. But I think Hobie Brown should have at least done some damage there. I'm so disappointed that he didn't do any damage. I thought that was going to be a brilliant play, and it just kind of backfired there. So anyway, got the win. Thinking Ghost Spider's all right. I just don't think she's the type of deck that I like to play. So probably not going to be playing her a whole lot. Ooh, there's one I didn't see. Parental Guidance. What do we got there? Alter Ego action, so it's an event. If George Stacy is in play, attach 1 event from your hand to George Stacy. If he is not in play, search your deck and discard pile for him and add him to your hand. Wow. So they're really working to get George Stacy out there, and I didn't even get to make use of him. Maybe this deck's really cool once you get George Stacy rolling, then you can hide some of those defense events. So if you had those defense events hidden underneath George Stacy, then potentially doing the plan B wouldn't be all that bad. Maybe that's the combo that they're thinking of there. I don't know. Definitely like Miles better than Ghost Spider, mainly because I think that fits my play style better. She did have a couple of big kicks going on there, but the sitting back playing on the off turns, just not a thing for me. So next up, probably going to switch off to Sandman to whatever's next in Sinister Motives. Haven't looked that far ahead, so I'll have to check that out. I do know that there's, while I was getting the Sinister Motive cards out, there's one that's a group of villains to play against, and maybe I'll do that one next rather than, so what did I think that I saw? I think I saw a Venom. I think I saw a Venom Goblin. There was the Sinister, actually, let me just grab the cards here. So we got Venom, all right, and then we've got, oh, Mysterio is in here. Venom, Mysterio, and then Venom Goblin. And is it the Sinister? Yeah, it's like the Sinister 6. I'm really interested in the Sinister 6 and seeing how that plays out. I would like to play against them. So that might be where I go next. Ah, there's the Sinister 6. Sinister 6 are over here. So we've got Doc Ock, Electro, Hobgoblin, Craven, Scorpion, I can't say Scorpion, and Vulture. I actually have a custom content Craven the Hunter deck that I've been wanting to play against, but I haven't gotten back to custom content recently. So yeah, I think the Sinister 6 thing is the next one I'm going to go after, and I'll probably go back to Miles Morales and play him a little bit more, because I just think he's a little bit better than Ghost Spider. Neither of them really fit the play style that I like, but I think Miles is a little bit closer. I want to play with something a little bit different, especially after getting beat up as some of my aggression decks have just gotten toasted recently. So maybe playing a little bit of Justice will do me good for a little while. All right, so as normal, please subscribe if you can. And then if you notice anything wrong in the video, let me know in the comments below. Try to get a correction in there to let you know if I misplayed anything. And other than that, all I got to say is thanks for watching.